there are people here that want to present you with this thing that you tangentially. Well, I'll just have them come out. Our friends from Carrot Top. Carrot Top. Guys, you know, our friends from Carrot Top. From Carrot.
Thank you, Steve. What's up, Dan? My name is Anthony, and this is Claire. We've never met, but we've worked together before. We work for a company called Carrot Creative. Does that ring a bell?
I'm familiar, yeah. You guys do all this great stuff for Adult Swim, like you're wizards of marketing.
Wizards of marketing. Put that on my tombstone. So
that would be good marketing.
Yeah.
You're very dedicated.
Yes.
It takes a strong marketer to volunteer his tombstone space.
I'll just be vaporized into the ground. I'm not going to have the benefit of a tombstone. Anyways,
pass the savings onto a larger tombstone.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not even gonna die. I'm just gonna get lost like an elf in Middle Earth. But I still want that fucking big ass tombstone.
Yeah, there you go. So the first project we ever did together was something called the Rick and Morty Ricksterverse. Has anybody ever heard of that? It's an Instagram account that you can waste a lot of time on, and we actually won an award for it from the Cannes Lions from Cannes, France. It's an international award, so it's not an Emmy. It's not the Emmy you're getting yet, but we have a Cannes Lion for you. If this is your award, this is for you and Justin and for everybody at Starburns that's working on Rick and Morty really hard. It's, like I said, it's not an Emmy, but it's heavy as hell, and it's made out of real bronze.
You were saying it's like the Academy Awards for advertising, right?
Yeah, as lame as that sounds, but it's still a big deal. Jesus. So look at that.
But why do I get one? I didn't do the commercials.
Well, I mean, you had to approve everything.
You can get an award for approving things?
You're a part of the team.
You gave. I remember at Comic-Con a couple of years ago. You gave extensive notes. We had.
I didn't give no extensive notes of that thing. This guy's had it on lock, man. I don't deserve this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give this to clinically tall people.
Accept your award with grace.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. Well, yeah, okay, all right. That was my Wisconsin thing. Yeah. You shouldn't deflect a compliment, but at the same time, I just want to. Yeah, thank you so much. This is so nice that you would think of me and give this to me. Thank you. I'm just saying the system is fucked.
Well, yeah. But I mean, it is through you that we can do things like this. Because any other show creator would be like, nah, I don't care about any of this. But like, it was because you guys and because of your passion that we get to keep doing it. We've done 2 different expansions for it. There might be some more coming up. We can't technically say, but
sounds like there are
there's
more
stuff coming up. So I
mean,
there's more. And when is season 3 coming out? What's going on?
I was going to ask you the same.
Oh shit!
It just seems to be taking a while. It's just drawings. I think you can.
Why do you keep making Facebook posts? Just make season 3.
Yeah. Like I'm tweeting like, oh yeah, we elected a Nazi. Hey, just shut up. Get back to work on season 3. They're drawing it. I don't draw
it. Why don't you just start approving things faster, Dan?
Maybe that is what my approval usually gets in the way. It took stealth approval to finally make me nail it. I should just let people do what they're already doing.
It's real fun to kiss. I can say that.
It's not a Clio, but...
Oh, it's better than a Clio. It's so much... This is international, man.
Yeah. That's like more than one country.
Yep.
It's like a beautiful, sexy, sleepy lion.
What is it about, like, what's your, I talk to a lot of marketing people, and at the risk of offending any of the ones that have worked with me on anything, like, because I don't talk to a lot of good ones, like, like you guys are clearly, like, you're on your shit, like, you're thinking about this stuff, and it's like, what do I want to ask here? So I want to ask a question that the answer can like get through to like young people that want to go into marketing or young people that shouldn't go into marketing who should hear it and go, "Oh, that's not me. I should be a cowboy." What is it? What is the at its highest art? You know, like what is the? Is there something fancy to say about like the guy in Chariots of Fire goes, "When I run, I feel God's pleasure." So you can't use that. What is it about marketing? What is it? I don't know what I'm trying to ask. Just say something. 9/11. Oh, it's not. Okay. I thought that was
about 10% 9/11.
That's right. Everything is. Let's face it. No, but like I don't know. You just kind of take over for me. Do good.
I mean, this is kind of a hard question to answer for this specific thing.
What Dan's asking you guys is to marketing.
Yeah,
sell us on being in
You
marketing.
gotta think outside the box. I mean, well, something like this, it's hard for me to even say it because it's for something so specific like Rick and Morty that we were all passionate about and huge fans of before we were even like twinkles in Adult Swim's eye. You know what I mean? I was just a huge fan of everything, and just I remember my buddy of mine running into my dorm room and talking about, you got to see this thing, and it was Heat Vision and Jack and like all this other Channel 101 stuff. So it's just the fact that I'm able to work on something that that I love so much. That's part of it. So. You're not going to always be able to get to work on something that you love. Like, I had to work on a lot of, like, Facebook ads for credit cards to get to Rick and Morty. So I guess what I could say is, like, one, part of it is giving a shit. And then part of it is, like, working your way towards till you can get to something that you just love and you're able to work on it. Because you're not going to get it right away. You might not get it for a long time. It took me a long time. Unlike Claire, who we hired just for the Ricks first. So this was her first job out of school.
I'm a brat, sorry.
Claire, was it your pitch, or did you pitch using Instagram that way? That very innovative
100%.
way?
It was all me. No, it was like 10,000% a team effort. And I actually, at the very beginning, wasn't even brought on until like halfway through production when we realized like, oh shit, we still have a lot to do, and this is launching in a month. Or whatever.
Carrot tells all their female employees to say that. It was her idea. She's being a team player.
Anthony and Claire, you came at a pretty propitious moment because, speaking of marketing, Dan and I are marketing a whole new line of workout tapes. It's called the Baby Kiki Dance. You guys got to get up there and do it. 1, 2, 3, and a 1, 2, 3.
I don't understand this.
Well, first, you lift your award up to the sky. You raise it up with your right hand high. Then you go down to the left side, lift it up on the left side. Pass that.
I can't. I don't think it's.
Dan, you're acting like you don't want to sell these workout tapes.
I can't. I couldn't hear you.
I was being hilarious.
I think you were saying bend over and pick something up off the floor and exercise deal breaker. Because
I'm going to have another workout tape called Learn How to Listen.
I can't hear. I'd learn how to hear. My ears are dying, along with the rest of my body. How old are you guys? You guys dying?
Definitely.
You feel it in your brain?
We're all technically dying.
Are you? To quote Duncan Trussell, God is a murderer. But are you starting to forget actors' names? Like you're just trying to riff. You're like, and then you take 10 minutes and go, Ray Don Chong.
It's more that I'll see things online or like bands that like Saturday Night Live that are on Saturday Night Live. Like, I don't know who that is. I don't care who that is. So
well, yeah, okay.
That's emotionally dying.
Yeah, well, that's curmudgeonry. Those are the beginning stages where you're just like, oh, I already did this. That was called In Excess, and then you're like, or like I already saw a Spider-Man movie, for God's sakes. But then you start to go like, I don't even know what I'm doing, and then you go to a Marvel movie and you're like, that was great, and they're like, you already saw that. You wrote part of it. And I'm like, me and Stan Lee are just like, all right, great, Excelsior. I'm acting like I'm just fine. I really did. By the way, I really didn't. I really did not write. People are tweeting me and going,
He's
like,
being humble. He wrote the whole thing.
There were parts that it felt like it was you.
I know, but that's the thing. Like, if you could think that about anybody, and I just really like, I'm a writer, and I don't. My worst nightmare would be the people that worked hard on that movie, the writers, like hearing that I did not. There's like a couple words Tilda Swinton says when she's showing him the mirror dimension or something that I think accidentally got in there from like a bad version of a scene I wrote. Like I just talked to them about portals and stuff for a little bit. But
let me ask you this.
And they had already shot like most of the movie when I talked to them about portals, so I'm not even saying I gave them the idea for portals. I'm saying like I was just like, yeah, portals are neat, and they're like, yeah, they're like holes, but doors, and I was like, yeah, you got it.
So let me ask you this, because it's something that I'm sort of on the other side now for once because of this project. Like, the fact that you got to touch the Doctor Strange movie, you got to write things that Tilda Swinton said. Like, does that still make you feel something inside?
More than ever. I mean, especially I think the longer you've worked, I guess maybe you get desensitized if you wrote for, I don't know if you were like super duper, I guess if you were Joss Whedon and then somebody was like, hey, Bob Denver from Gilligan's Island wants you to write a commercial for him, and I guess maybe you would be less than starstruck. No offense to a probably dead Bob Denver, but but there's no way. Like at 43, it was like in those biopics when the shitty like weird character that can't get a break or that like spends his life like saying we should grow corn on the moon or something, like, and then it was like a triumph. It was great because it was like, I don't even know how to. Yeah, of course it was amazing.
Yeah, because
the thought of it was.
I mean, that's what this was to me. The fact that I was able to sort of touch Rick and Morty, be able to write in this voice and be able to write these comics, to be able to name like an alien. I'm like, hey, does this alien have a name? No. Can we call it this? Sure. Like, I got to name the alien.
Yeah.
Like, something like that is somebody who, like, not just as like a person, but a creative person, because I started in advertising.
Dan, did you approve that name?
Somebody did.
Here's the thing that's really noteworthy. Like that stuff, all that stuff in that Ricksterverse, all of the stuff. And I assume that they generally are using you guys for all of the stuff that I'm always noticing. I'm going like, wait, some person like just. They just made that up, but it kind of falls in line with everything. Like, it never violates the... It's not about violating the canon as much as it is violating the...
Violate that canon.
Marketing.
That canon does the violating. It's violating the worry would be violating the tone, the tonal IQ or something like that. Like, this isn't worthy of, it's like, this is like a hacky joke. Like someone's just connecting a dot because, that guy's Pencil Vester, so of course they made Penn Stephanie or something like that. Where you're just like, well, that's not just don't do that. Yeah.
We keep to the code.
What's that?
We keep to the code.
Yeah, and that's not easy when the code isn't just linear dot connection. When it's not like, now you play. Like, it's like collaboration. You guys like fill in with. You're keeping with the actual like tone of the. Yeah, it's very impressive. That shouldn't be overlooked, and obviously some French people didn't overlook it.
Claire and Anthony, it's Anthony, right?
Yes.
What's like? Can you give us like? Is there any like dirty underbelly of marketing, like kind of Mad Men stuff that goes on? Like what goes on in marketing?
Well, specifically for the Cannes line, it's always a big deal because it's the international stage. That there's just people show their true colors. There's a woman out there called Cindy Gallup that you should follow because she's like, I don't know what she's specifically done, but she's like the badass woman in the advertising industry, and she's exposing people. So like with the Cannes Lions, there's a number of different awards. A lot of it, because we won for the entertainment lines, which is pretty cool because it's all like entertainment. That's what everybody's all excited about. But I mean, everything, billboards, print ads, email marketing, they all have Lions categories. And especially like the print ads, there's like ways to get in it. There's, all you gotta do is you gotta run your ad one time in one random magazine in one random country in order for it to be approved. And you can qualify for a line. And then some of these things win because it's always like crazy provocative stuff. And there was one for some headache brand. It was for like their PM product. And I'm paraphrasing here, but essentially the concept was give your wife this drowsy making headache product, and then you can have sex with her while she's passed out. Whoa. And they gave that an award.
I think I remember that.
I think it was a Jell-O Pudding Pops commercial.
Right. So that guy, like, all these people that are looking like, that's funny, check it off. And so it's one thing that they're, like, the judges aren't necessarily looking into, like, well, is this real? Where did this run? Was this actually approved? It's just those be like, and then they're right off. So not only is it offensive that this fake thing won an award, but it's also, in a way, it's offensive that these guys just sort of looked at the the creative concept, which was rape, and they're like, yep, and then just checked it off. So I mean, and what Cindy's doing, and like just pointing people out, putting everybody to task, putting me to task, any male in advertising to task, as we rightfully should be, especially now, is just like, hey, this is kind of fucked up that we think this is funny. So there's things like that, and just there was another one that was like a fake app. It was in this one of the same categories that the Rixiverse was also up for, which we didn't win, but this fake app won because it was pulling cached images of Google Earth in like the Mediterranean Sea. It's like, oh, you can spot refugees, and if you spot one, press this button and we'll let somebody know about it. But it was fake. Like it didn't work. They launched it like a week before the ads actually went up, and the actual app didn't even work.
Sad.
What were they? What was it? Was it Levi's or what was the?
I think it was actually a charity.
Oh, so it was actually just it wasn't even like this was a well-intended but ill-conceived like ad for a Snickers bar. Like
I don't think they put their name on
it was
that.
just like con artistry. I mean I've always felt like I'm not qualified to actually say this, but I've always had the suspicion until we went to white nationalism with this last election. Like I always had the suspicion that we had our thing going on over here, that we were like the Las Vegas of Earth, that we got this open book, that we are dwelling among the legacy of the promises we made and dealing with the fallout with our free press and our and you know, having invented television and then inventing the culture that was based on it, having diverted from monarchy and any pre-existing class system into a pure like crazy ass well-intended but totally fucking out of control capitalistic class system. That we were over here kind of like working all this shit out, and then everybody in Europe is like holding their pinky out when they drink their tea and going like, yeah, well, fuck those guys, so racist, so sexist, so out of control, so stupid, such gun nuts, all this stuff. But that then every once in a while on Facebook, you see this thing that's like, look at this detergent ad that this country just did. And it's like a woman puts a Chinese guy in a washing machine, and because she uses their detergent, he comes out as a big black guy and fucks her brains out.
Yep. And that won an award. It won that same, not the exact same award, but they have a very similar statue.
And it's kind of like, and then you saw, I also saw, because I clicked on that thing and I was like, oh wait, and it was also a derivation of a different version of the same ad, where it was also kind of like slight racial components compared to like how color is good, protect your color. Anyways, like I think a lot of shit over there is like in the catacombs and like not bubbled up yet, like that they're not ready at all. And now I'm just in a full blown panic, because it's like I thought my consolation was always that we were the clumsy nutcases, that we came over here like to this weird like witch burning colony where we were like, let's work that out, and then we're like, oh, the people in Africa look different, let's work that out, and it's like, oh, let's build it. It's like everything we ever did was just like foot in mouth, head up ass, like burning both the candles of being a jackass at both ends, and like while everyone watched and was like, we know how to do it better because we still have a crown in a case somewhere in a museum, but now I'm just fucking terrified. Because obviously it wasn't the story. That's not what was happening. We for 200 years, all we did was just rebuild our own little ad hoc kind of fucking like little like fucking shitty little potato
congratulations on the award.
Yeah.
I mean, as frivolous as all this,
that was the weirdest acceptance speech I've ever heard. He never thanked you.
If you were hired to sell America, but your demographic was not Trump supporters, you figured out how to sell America to, you know, a certain kind of customer, and it turned out that was the strategy that worked with the electoral system and blah blah blah. If your job was just to sell our country post-election, like, you know how like Chipotle probably had somebody come in
another quality,
and say like, okay, and that guy said, you need to focus on
salsa.
Yeah. Yeah. Any ideas, not to put you on the spot? Like, where would you start? You got to.
So who are we selling America to?
We're selling it. So let's say Martians. Like, I don't know. But they can distinguish between countries. They're going like, we're gonna destroy Earth, but we're gonna leave one country left. Let's try that. They're like,
show me what you got.
Yeah. The Martians the Martians are going, there's 250 countries? All right, you guys fucked up. Like, Mars is like, I guess we have less oceans because we just started speaking Martian, and so, like, you guys need to clean this thing. So your job, America sent you as the marketing guy to the upfronts.
So the first thing, we're probably in competition with, let's say, the bigger countries. Nothing against, like, all these, like, nothing against Denmark and everything like that.
Malta.
They're not going to offer anything to the Martians. It's going to be us, China, and Russia. What do we got? We got some pretty kick-ass mountain. It also depends on what they're going to be using America for. Like, we've got some halfway decent infrastructure. Like, the internet sucks balls, but other than that, like, we've got some pretty
Show me what you got.
highways. Some pretty solid highways.
All right. Pretty solid.
We also have to. That's how I would have classified.
I would have started with jazz and rock and roll and shit like that.
Well, that's the other thing is we have to know before we can sell America. We got to know about the Martians. What are they looking for? Are they looking for like pure natural resources?
Well,
they found a shitload of oil in Texas this weekend. Did you hear about that? Did you hear about that?
They shouldn't. I can't believe they didn't start looking for it there. That's where I go for all my oil.
They're probably post oil at this point.
I did think. Yeah, you're right. I didn't specify, but I think it's interesting that was a attack that I didn't even think about. That first of all, you're very practical the entire time. The first thing you did is sweep 273 nations off the table. It's like,
this is my country too, you know. I got it.
And then you.
I had a lot of cheeseburgers. You guys can see
he sank Denmark right off the bat and told everybody but China and Russia to go fuck themselves. That's very smart. Now it's a 3-person race.
Right. This is my 2020 bid starting right now.
Claire, how would you go about pitching America under a Trump presidency to an alien race?
Oh, Jesus.
Well, I'll give you time to think while I refine, because I think that's a good question to ask me. And it's like, the Martians. No. I mean, his question to me about refining the question. I'm not hijacking your question.
Sure.
You guys love to watch me be a bad person, and you're like, he's being a bad person. It's like you're projecting it a little bit. It's called host, but I'm not a bad person. I'm just saying, like, I'm helping her by saying, like, okay, here's what the Martians. I'll answer that. Here's what the Martians are looking for. The Martians are looking for. They want Earth to. They want to plug and play. They want to like walk away from it. They're going to use their bombs or whatever Martian rays to wipe out all but one country, thinking that country will then be the only country on this place called Earth. And their goal is they're looking for the country that represents the best of what the human species has to offer intergalactically. There, take it.
Okay. So I would definitely take them to In-N-Out first.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, take them to a nice lunch. Show them a burger.
Exactly.
There you are.
I mean, if we're looking at, like, if they want to say Earth is going to be, like, this sort of zoo, not zoo, that's going to be awful. That's going to be an awful way to get into it, but...
No, it's not going to be a zoo. It's going to have to trade with them. I mean, they're looking for a collaborator. Otherwise, they just blow us up and put a Martian in and out there, but they're saying, like, well, you guys are, you're blocked. You're arguing with each other. You can't agree. You've got some people thinking that you should put a tarp on the female half, and you've got other people thinking that cars are more important than bullets, and bullets are more important than feet. You can't figure out your value system. You don't have any kind of. You need to get into the Star Trek mode of like each planet has a gimmick. Each gimmick is like, we like war, we like logic, we like the color green. Like all we're hearing when we listen to Earth is a bunch of static. We're looking for the country that's gonna next time we're gonna blow everybody else up. Let the one country repopulate so it's like their language, their culture, their history will become, their curation of the previous history before everyone got blown up. Like all of that shit. The next time we come back around, those people, that country will be the planet. And so who's it going to be? Why should it be America?
I think it's because we have the raw tools to do it. If you look at America compared to everybody else, and I know considering this election was won because of from the help of a white nationalist movement, I think of what sets America great is our capacity for diversity, that we can point at. I know, but we can point. We can point at. Yes.
If the aliens were going to have like dinner party meetings with every nation, who would you invite? What Americans would you be like, oh, I'm going to have these celebrities and we're going to serve this and the music's going to be this?
You know what you do? You just have the aliens.
This is when I would punt to my producer.
For me, you just say, aliens, we're gonna sit down. We're all gonna go to Dan Tana's, and you're gonna meet Aerosmith. And they're just gonna tell you some fucking awesome rock and roll stories. And then you get them real high, and then you steal their resources.
Well, I guess if it's just like a face-to-face meeting, I would probably hire more character actors than anything. Who's the guy with the big mustache from Big Lebowski?
Dennis Farina.
Sam Elliott.
Oh.
Sam Elliott? Yeah.
I wonder what a commercial by Sam Elliott for Earth would sound like.
I'm Sam Elliott for Earth. It's not what's for dinner. We're not a steak. We're a planet. But America is the potatoes on that plate. Because marketing research has proved that you eat the potato first. And then Sam Elliott just stabs everybody.
I would say to them, I guess, given my criteria, I would say...
But you would do it as Rosie Perez.
Right. No, I wouldn't. I would say to them, well, look, we've been trying to do what you're talking about for a long time. Like, blowing everybody else up and taking their place. So, like, we might not be the best candidate for the job, but at least we know what you're talking about when you pitch it. But you pick China, you might come back and they're just like, we love being China. And, like, half the planet's just sitting there. Fucking go with America, man.
Hello, I'm Sam Elliott for America. Our Chinese food is better than China. They eat any fucking thing over there. We culled it down to the good stuff. And then he stabs everybody.
There's only one country on the planet Earth that has murder vans, and it ain't America.
Also, oh shit, look, it's Aerosmith. We're the only country that has Aerosmith, so fuck everybody else.
All right, I think we should thank our marketing people from Carrot. We'll keep the award. Thank you.
Thank you.
Carrot Creative, everybody. Claire and Anthony.